Peace, family. This is Lions Den with another news and commentary. This story is so sad and disturbing. This is according to the Kansas City Star. The article says the true definition of evil, alleged Shawnee murderer is white supremacist family says. This is according to the Kansas City Star. Those who knew Ronald Lee Kidwell were not surprised to learn he was charged with the murder of a black woman, her body discovered in the Shawnee home where he lived. This was a hate crime, said his neighbor, Kathleen Brown. 100% hate crime. Kidwell would drape himself in a Confederate flag, and his daughter, Crystal Foster, he would send her photos of the swastika tattoo on his left arm. He bragged to her about his membership in the Ku Klux Klan and told Brown about the Aryan Nation white supremacist group. He once threatened to kill his daughter and her 3 children if I ever spoke to a person of color, Foster says. He's been a monster his whole life, she said. He's the true definition of evil. Kidwell is charged with second-degree murder in a slaying of MeShon Cooper, 43, who has been missing for a week until her body was found on July 14th in the home where Kidwell lived at 69th and Flint Street. A joint investigation by Shawnee Linkseder and Kansas City Police led investigators to the house. Kidwell's bond was set at $1 million. Asked whether the case was being investigated as a hate crime, Kristen Bergeron, a spokeswoman for the Johnson County District Attorney's Office, said she could not comment on the facts of this pending case. The local office of the FBI declined to comment on this case or previous charges. Yet, Kidwell, 47, has a history of assaults, and Foster said he targeted victims based on race. He pretends to be colored people's friends, and then he harms them, Foster says, emphasizing that she was using Kidwell's language rather than her own. Foster was placed in a foster care system as an infant, but said Kidwell would track her down in various homes. He has spent 15 years in prison on various assault charges. In 2011 case, he was charged with second-degree assault in Clay County when he hit a sleeping black woman on the head with a hammer, demanded she take her pants off, and sexually assaulted her, according to police records. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 5 years according to court records. Kidwell stated that he has been diagnosed with HIV, does not use a condom during sexual activity, police wrote. He will brag with the assault deriving satisfaction from them, Foster says. And this is the gentleman that killed one woman, sexually assaulted another woman, and he admitted that he's HIV positive. Okay, moving on. In court documents for the 2000 assault, he referred to as one eye. He lost his right eye at around age 7 when Pitbull attacked him, said his cousin Shayna Turner. Turner said Kidwell has been disowned by much of his family for his racist views. Whenever I was around him, he talked about white power. She says, when she heard about this month's murder allegation, it didn't surprise me that she was black. Kidwell, 47, commonly said on my skin while tapping his arm as a means of using race to add credence to his words, Turner says, and yet he appeared to befriend black people. MeShon Cooper, who also lived in Shawnee, had visited Kidwell at his home about 10 days before her disappearance, said Brown, his neighbor. After Cooper left that day, Brown said Kidwell referred to her as a black bitch and used a racial epithet. On July 6, Cooper was back at Kidwell's house and he went out to get beer. Brown said while he was gone, Brown and Cooper struck up a conversation at Brown's house. Cooper talked at length about her family and how her brother was her light. She told Brown she was going to teach her how to make soul food. The next day, July 7th, Cooper's vehicle was found near Lincoln Square Park at 7th and Myrtle Streets in Kansas City. Her family said the keys were left in the vehicle. If I would have known he was going to harm her in any way, I wouldn't have never let her leave my house, Brown says. 2 days after Cooper disappeared, Kidwell asked Brown for trash bags and a handsaw, Brown says. Cooper's loved ones struggled to understand how anyone could hurt the woman known for her genitalia. Tim Short, who grew up with Cooper in Kansas City, later attended high school with her in Grandview, said he never met anybody who didn't like Sean. For someone to hurt her, you have to be evil individual, Short says. Cooper has one child, a 25-year-old son, who lived with her and her nephew, Deron Cooper. After being diagnosed with lupus, an incurable autoimmune disease, Cooper underwent a successful kidney transplant. She fought off a lot of different things, a lot of different diseases, Deron Cooper said. So for someone to come in and take a life like this is shocking and it hurts. Though she qualified for disability, Short said she liked to be around people, so she took a part-time job at a Subway in town. As the day passed following Cooper's disappearance, Short said his heart started getting heavy. By day 4 or 5, I knew the worst had happened, he said. He took my friend, so I'm upset and heartbroken. Deron Cooper said the family's main goal now is to support MeShon Cooper's son. They were taking care of each other, he said. With her being gone, it leaves him out to dry in a way. GoFundMe account to benefits Cooper's son has raised $600 towards a $2,000 goal as of Saturday afternoon. As the family leans on one another, Foster is looking for justice. She said she wishes she had been Kidwell's only victim. I hope that he suffer every day. I want him to feel the pain of being alone because she had to. She said, I hope in my heart that he died a slow pain death. That's the article from the. Thanks to Kansas City Star for this article. And this is the victim. MeShon Cooper, 43, was found dead in a Shawnee home Saturday. Now, Kidwell, who's a well-known white supremacist, a well-known racist, but yet she tried to be. He pretends. Here's what I think happened. He pretends to befriend black people just to go after them, because in his mind he can. Now, what happened to her? All she did was being nice to him, teaching him how to fix soul food, and all of a sudden he kills her. And then he has a criminal record before. He's been in trouble before for sexually assaulting another black woman. And guess what? He even told the officer that he's HIV positive. Really? See, guys, this was what I'm talking about. The thing is that he even let people know he's racist, and people should be aware. But I know that there's some good people out here, and she's trying to do the right thing. But unfortunately, you're dealing with a white supremacist that don't like you. They don't like you because of the color of your skin. And when people understand that we need to stay away from these guys, we definitely need to stay away from them. And it's like he tried to befriend black people, and there's reasons for that. See, and then he sent his daughter. He threatened his daughter and her 2 kids. And he's showing swastikas because he's being a white supremacist. And the daughter don't want to see nothing like that. Neither as her children. So this is why I said, ladies and gentlemen, that I hope that he spends the rest of his life in prison. I hope he suffers while he's in there, because basically you took a life. You took a life that she doesn't even deserve, taking a life. And then you had sexual assault with another black woman, and then you admitted you HIV positive. Now the woman you had sex with, and you even admitted that you are protected. So guess what? The woman you had sex with, she's HIV positive now because of this racist person with one eye. Oh boy. My thoughts and prayers goes to the Cooper family for their loss. word is that she's a nice, sweet person. All she does is try to help him. I don't understand why, but she tried to help him, and yet another person gone. So sad. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this article. Share this video. Subscribe my YouTube channel. Subscribe my Black Junction channel, and subscribe my reaction channel for any news and commentary. With that being said, this is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.